What's up, guys? It's Jeff from DevilDriver. If you're not in the now, you're in the nothing.
Hey, for those of you in the now, I'm here with Jeff from DevilDriver. We're here at the Cotillion, the Round Mound of Sound in Wichita, and you guys are currently on a co-headliner with Trivium, and After the Burial's on the tour as well. And I guess Silosis just dropped off, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Best wishes to Silosis guys for sure. Hope they get better. You know, they got in an accident. I don't know if you were aware of that.
I think I heard about that. Yeah. Unfortunately, unfortunately, they're okay though, right? I mean,
they're alive, but I heard some of it was decently serious, like broken bones. So it's not just like a get up and walk away type of thing. So we hope those guys are all right, and they're great guys, and we're sorry that it happened, but what can you do?
so I guess the positive thing is a lot of local openers across the nation are getting a chance to open for you guys. So that's probably a neat opportunity. How have you liked a lot of the openers so far?
I haven't watched really any of them, but that's because I haven't. But on a side note of that, it's cool because they oftentimes are do pay to play and help bolster the ticket sales, for the shows. So it's cool, and everyone's a local band that starts off somewhere, and you never know, where you can end up. So I wish all those guys the best.
So, have you guys had any interesting moments in the tour so far? I mean, any crazy nights? You guys were at Diamond Ballroom last night. You head over to Whiskey Dick's with Trivium?
No.
No, it's Little Dick's, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't go there. Just kind of hung out. I mean, yeah, we've had a couple days where we've had some fun, but it's a long tour and we're getting older, so it's not necessarily party time like it used to be. But we still have fun. We've had some fun nights in Canada and stuff like that, and we've known the Trivium guys for years, so
Right.
they're good friends.
You guys took them out on one of their first tours. Or no, you guys did a tour with In Flames, right? You guys.
Yeah, we did a tour with In Flames in '06 with them, and that was the first tour we've done, and they kind of came up at the same time as us, and had a steady career as we have, and now they have, I think, the same amount of albums out as us, so we're kind of a very comparable band as far as the timing and the career duration and whatnot. So it's cool, and we haven't done a tour with them, so it's great that we finally did. They're awesome guys, and great musicians and fun to hang out with.
Is Winter Kills album number 6 then? Touching upon that a little bit?
Yeah, it's the 6th album.
So, and that just dropped in late August, right? How's that being received so far?
Extremely well. Everyone's really excited about it. It's our first release on Napalm Records, which is the new label for the band, and they've done a great job, and everything's good. We're definitely happy. They pushed it, they've made us a priority, and it's a good situation for us and them.
Definitely feels like it's definitely feels like it's a step forward for you guys. I mean, from listening to it from the previous records, it still has the DevilDriver signature sound, but it's definitely pushed the boundaries a little bit more. Can you talk a little bit about your guys' thought process into going into this record?
Well, I think that the cool thing about DevilDriver is that we write songs and work on material for a long period of time before the album's done. Before we record the album. So, for instance, I think, at least 6 months after the album's out, or 8 months, people will toy around with ideas and stuff like that. So, that helps a lot. And I think that there was some more effort on this to focus on making the vocals a central point, instead of having the music being extremely technical, Beast was and stuff like that, or at least technical for what we do. And we wanted to focus on slower tempos and stuff like that, and give more breath for the vocals. But I mean, there's still some intricate and technical stuff in that as well. So it's not like we've dumbed down the music. It's we just have a different approach. Instead of trying to play as fast as possible and as many notes as possible in a short time, it's kind of let's focus on songs where Des can really breathe and really be the focal point vocally.
Yeah. I noticed the second half of the album definitely held a lot of surprises. It seemed like it really became diversified towards the end. I noticed a lot of changes in songs. I was really impressed with it. And the biggest surprise of all came at the end with your guys' cover of AWOL Nation's Cell, which, totally left field on that. I would have not expected, a metal band to cover that song, but you guys nailed it. Cool. How did that idea come about to do that?
It was actually Dez's idea, and when he sent it to us, I think I don't know, Berkland, 5 minutes before we wanted to cover it, and he sent the song over, and we just listened to it. We're yeah, heard the very beginning of it, and just like the progression stuff like that was like, you know, it was in a minor key, and you know, worked out really well. And you know, yeah, it's like it's a popular song that's out there, but for some reason it's just like the timing, the place that, you know, we decided to do it.
How's the metal crowd? How are they reacting to the song? I don't know if you guys play it live or not, but how do they react?
Yeah, we play live, and people seem to really like it. I think it's a cool part in the set because it's a completely different song, you know, of anything we've ever done, but especially with the live set. People are into it, and you know, it's fun.
So, are you guys planning on releasing like a deluxe edition sometime down the road, or anything with maybe some additional covers or extra songs? Anything you guys can talk about?
Well, we have a couple versions out that came with the album, like with a T-shirt and a poster, and all the songs that have been recorded for this record have been put out. Like what? There's two other versions. One other version. Oh yeah, I mean, you could buy it with like a T-shirt or something in the beginning, but I think that we've got it all out there as of now. So no other plans, and there's no other songs to release. You know.
So, what is the theme behind Winter Kills? I was trying to figure that out even when I was reviewing it. Winter Kills. What is it all about? Like, what does Winter Kills stand for?
Well, it's kind of like you know, indicative of like a rebirth, and like you know, a new period, and like change and stuff like that. I think the underlying tones. I mean, lyrically and stuff like that, you're gonna have to talk to Dez because it's mostly his themes and ideas. But it's like, you know, we all have input on the music and the lyrics in the band, and yeah, it's like about a rebirth. It's like a change and going forward after like a dark time, or like, you know, a period of change. Ultimately.
Is there anything like, you know, about rejuvenating the band, or is it something for interpretation to the fans, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I think, based on that. It could be applied to your own life, and, you know, I mean, most art in any ways could be like derived from some kind of like symbolism or like some kind of basis. So it's like, I think for anything artistically to be interpretive to your own desire is important, and that you can look at things and maybe not take the literal view of what is being discussed or talked about, but like, you know, you can reference something in your own life from what you're listening to, seeing, or watching on TV, because it's all, you know, one and the same.
Music's all about interpretation, so.
Yeah. I mean, if it was all literal, it'd be boring.
Yeah.
And most people in this world aren't smart enough to get things literally anyway, so, you know, it's like one of those things, like, you know, everybody has like a different viewpoint or whatever, an idea of what something means or what something's about, or whatever.
What are you guys bringing to the table live these days? You guys do anything special during the shows?
Yeah, we got like a couple tanks and helicopters that land in the middle of the set. Actually, we have an updated production. It's like a good light show, and you know, some new stage attire, like as far as like amps and stuff, and it's cool.
You guys haven't been in this area, Wichita, since I believe Slipknot and All That Remains, I believe, which was 2009.
Yeah,
I think 2010 maybe.
We've been to Kansas, but we may not have been to Wichita.
It's been a while since you've
Yeah,
been to
it's
Wichita,
it's
for
been
sure.
a while for sure.
But I remember you guys. I think you guys headlined. Was it 2008's Road something tour with In Vitro and Straight Line Stitch and Napalm Death and stuff like that. I think those are really the last two shows you've been.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What's the most generous thing that you've ever done for a fan?
Most generous thing I've ever done? Probably figured out how someone who was disabled or in some other, you know, bad circumstance, like, can get into a show or backstage or something like that, and actually, like, you know, helping them do that, whether it was like the day of or beforehand or whatever. I would say that's probably the nicest thing I've done.
I'm sure that means a lot to him too.
Or just making, you know, I mean, I try, you know, if there's like, you know, someone in a wheelchair or something like that during the set, I always trying to give them like the, you know, the heads up and kind of like the greeting to let them know that I see them there, and, you know, I guess things like that. I don't think I'm too nice, but I don't think I'm a terrible person.
Have you ever seen someone crowd surf in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, several times. Yeah, definitely.
I can't even imagine doing that.
Hey, you know, that's not going to stop them. You know, it's the will of the person.
I think it's amazing. So starting to wrap this up. What is something that you'd like to accomplish? You know, like a bucket list item before you were to die. Like it doesn't have to be music related. It can be anything. You know, any kind of thing that you would like to accomplish in your lifetime. Music or music related.
I think that I would just, whatever I do, just always, have like a decent level of success. Like, I mean, even if like tomorrow you woke up and you're a billionaire, you'll still have things to do. You can achieve material possessions, and that's great. But I mean, just to continue to engage in other endeavors and be successful and be, happy and not be bored and not be jaded with life. That's probably, on my bucket list, which is kind of more of a general thing. But all that other stuff, material things like, yeah, I'd love to own my own plane, but I don't need that.
A DevilDriver plane like
Yeah.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, well, you never know. Or,
I see the DevilDriver symbol
Yeah.
on the back of the plane.
yeah, exactly. So, just, whatever, just be happy and to always feel like I'm moving forward in life.
Speaking of planes, would you consider maybe doing like some like skydiving or anything like that?
I don't know, maybe. I'd rather do that than bungee jump, but, probably I'd rather just make sure the plane goes up and lands. I don't need to jump out of it.
It's a perfectly good plane. I'll stay on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's next for DevilDriver right now? I mean, you guys are out on this co-headliner with Trivium. What's coming up after that?
We have a couple more shows, and we have 2 weeks off. Then we continue another headliner of the States for 6 weeks, and then we
Who are you out with on that tour?
Trivium and After the
Oh,
Burial.
it's
So
just
it's
a second leg.
continuation of more B markets or A and B markets, and then we have some time off, and we're I think going to Australia, and then Europe and all that typical stuff that we do. It's just a big touring cycle. We're in the midst of it.
That's exciting. You guys maybe possibly doing any kind of summer festivals next year that you can, I guess you probably wouldn't be able to talk about it now at this point anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% what we're doing, but there's, all that stuff's in the works. It'd be fun. I'd like to do Mayhem.
Man,
It worked out. I mean, I have no idea if we are or if we're not, but I think it would be fun to do that. We have fun on summer tours, and it's been a while since we toured the States in the summer. I'm into doing it, so
So,
ask us.
book them.
Yeah, book us.
So, where can we find Winter Kills then?
Best Buy, and I don't know, probably Amazon. I don't know if there's any record stores left here.
Yeah, it's pretty much just retailers now. Huh? I mean, here smaller ones, but
Yeah, or on Pirate Bay for free, but
Trivium cracked that joke a little bit ago.
Oh yeah, well it's definitely a joke that everyone knows.
Spotify's
Yeah.
good too. So.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure you can get it on all that stuff, but if you want to buy a record, I mean Best Buy I think has it at end cap, which means it's like it's one of their featured sales items.
You guys are on the end cap, haven't you? I've seen that before personally. Very cool.
Yeah, that was a big difference for us this time around. So like I said, Napalm did a great job, and putting us on the end cap was cool. It's definitely exciting.
CD section's shrunk so much at Best Buy too. It's kind of sad. It's just
Yep.
so.
There's other things going along, so.
So we got shows, rest of the headlining tour co-headlining tour coming up for the end of the year, or maybe some shows coming up next year, and then a long record cycle over in Europe and our touring cycle behind the record, and then I guess in 2015 maybe we'll have a new record, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it will be here before we know. I mean,
Cool.
like, I would imagine in a couple months that those ideas will start coming
Cool.
together.
early enough.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes,
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate
Thank you.
the interview, and then we can find you at what, DevilDriver.com.
Yeah, DevilDriver.com.
Cool.
On Facebook, DevilDriver. I think it may be official DevilDriver, but DevilDriver, you can find it. Everyone's on Facebook anyway, so
Make
check
sure
us out.
to check out more interviews at InTheNowMagazine.com.